Hi guys, welcome to SheFixes, and yes, you can do this. Today I'm going to show you how to check and fill the air in your car's tires. This is one of the easiest maintenance things you can do for your car. It can help you save money, keep your car safer, and make your tires last longer. First, let's talk about why tire pressure is important. So having the correct tire pressure means that your tires wear more evenly, making them last longer. It improves handling of your vehicle and can even improve your gas mileage, meaning it saves you money. You'll hear tire pressure talked about in PSI, which stands for pounds per square inch, which is basically just the force of air in pounds pushing against every square inch of your tire's interior. For most cars, it's recommended around 30 to 35 PSI, but you can check for your car inside the door jamb or in your owner's vehicle manual. Check if the front and rear tire pressures are different because car manufacturers adjust them to handle varying weight distribution. For example, front-wheel drive cars often have higher front pressure because the engine, transmission, and drive wheels are all up front. Please, please, please do not use the max pressure on the tire's sidewall. That is the maximum amount that tire can absolutely take. You should do the recommended amount that's located in your manual or inside your door jamb. Too high tire pressure actually rounds out the bottom of the wheel, making sure that only the center of the wheel is touching the road, which causes much less traction and can unevenly wear out your tires. One of the best times that you can check your tire's air pressure is when you are going through a cold spell or it's the winter, because every 10 degrees that the air temperature drops, it lowers 1 psi in your tires, roughly. Same thing for really warm temperatures. If it's 10 degrees higher, you'll get 1 more PSI, so be careful, summer, winter, any temperature change differences. It's also really important to measure the tire pressure when your tires are cold, which means that you haven't driven for 3+ hours or more than a mile. Because of the friction on the road, your tires can get warmer and have an inaccurate reading. Forgot to add that. Okay, now we're on to actually taking the tire pressure. In 2026, you can get a simple stick gauge for around $2 to $5, or you can get a digital gauge for around $10 to $15. The digital is more accurate, but there's no reason why you can't just use the stick gauge and record it 3 times. To use a stick gauge, first unscrew the valve cap on your tire. Then press the gauge firmly into the valve stem. The little pencil-looking stick will pop out with your tire's PSI reading. I recommend checking 2 to 3 times to make sure the reading is accurate. If you're using a portable air pump, start by making sure it's charged or plugged in. I'm using the ZUXO tire inflatable portable air compressor from Amazon, which has a cordless rechargeable battery. Start by removing your valve cap, featuring my sparkly diamond valve cap from my uncle. Shout out, uncle. Attach the pump nozzle firmly onto the valve stem. This one features a locking mechanism where you push it down to lock. You should hear a quick hiss of air, which is normal. Most digital pumps let you set your desired PSI, so enter the number listed on your car's sticker, then press start and let the pump run. It'll automatically stop once it reaches the correct pressure. After that, you can remove the nozzle, check the pressure if needed, and screw the valve cap back on. If you don't have access to a digital pump, you can use a bicycle pump in case of an emergency. Just know that it takes a lot of physical effort and is much, much slower, since car tires require significantly more air volume than bike tires. You will be on a timer while you fill up your air at a gas station, so be sure to move quickly and maybe take off your valve caps beforehand and put them in a safe place to save some time. At most gas stations, air compressors are digital now, so you can just set the machine to your car's recommended PSI, attach the hose, and it'll beep when the tire reaches the right pressure. After filling up your tires, you can either drive to reset the light on your dash and your tire's tire pressure monitor. I would recommend going around 50 miles per hour for 10 to 15 minutes, or you can check your owner's manual to see what's best for your car. Or you can manually reset the monitoring system. It's called the TPMS, tire pressure. Let me restart. The TPMS reset. Let me restart the whole thing. Tire pressure monitor system. I can go over a little bit how to do that. The TPMS reset button is typically located under the steering wheel or sometimes inside the glove box or center console. Turn the ignition to the on position. Do not start the engine. Press and hold the reset button until the tire pressure light on the dash flashes 3 times. Then you can start the car and wait 20 minutes for the sensor to refresh. If your car is more modern, you can sometimes access it through the vehicle menu, navigate to settings, vehicle, TPMS or tire pressure, and then hit calibrate. Every car is a little different, so you can check your car's manual on how to do this. And that's it. Checking and filling your tire pressure is quick, easy, and makes a big difference on your car's safety, performance, and your wallet. If you found this video helpful, you can like and subscribe. You got this.